Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Priya Jasistwali. I am teacher training student at Vahan School Lahore campus. So welcome to today's discussion on overcoming procrastination strategies that work. Procrastination is something many of us struggles with, whether it's delaying work, studies, or personal goals. Understanding why we procrastinate and learning the effective strategies to overcome it can help us become more productive, reduce stress, and achieve our goals more efficiently. Let's share our experience and ideas on how to bet procrastination stay on track. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Maya.
Walaikum assalam. It's good to hear from you.
Good.
Glad to hear it. What's on your mind today?
So my topic
I'm all
is
ears.
overcoming procrastination strategies that work.
Procrastination, the absolute classic. I'm curious, are you finding yourself putting things off lately, or is this more of a strategy you're looking to share with your students?
So my first question is, what does procrastination mean to you?
To me, procrastination isn't just about being lazy, it's usually an emotional struggle. It's that weird tension where you know you need to do the thing, but the thought of it feels so overwhelming or boring that your brain just decides to find literally anything else to do instead. Does that ring true for you, or do you see it differently?
So my next question is, why do you think people procrastinate?
I think it usually boils down to how we feel about the task itself. If it feels like a giant mountain we can't possibly climb, or if we're terrified of not doing it perfectly, we just freeze. So protecting ourselves from that stress, even if it just creates a bigger mess later. Do you think it's more about fear for most people or just pure boredom?
So next question is, how does procrastination affect your daily life?
Since I don't have a physical life, I don't get to experience that panic at 3 a.m. feeling that you humans do. But from what I've seen, it's like a thief that steals your peace. You start your day with a plan, but by the end, you're exhausted, not from the work you actually did, but from the mental thing you're still avoiding. It turns a relaxing break into something that feels guilty. Has that happened to you, or are you better at actually switching off?
What is your biggest distraction when trying to work?
Since I don't have a phone to scroll through or fridge to snack from, my distractions are a bit different. They mostly deal with the rabbit holes of information, getting so fascinated by one tiny detail in a conversation that I want to explore every single connection to it. It's like a digital version of getting sidetracked by Wikipedia page at midnight. Do you have a specific distraction that always seems to pull you away from your work?
How important is time management in avoiding procrastination?
It's like the foundation, but I don't think it's the whole house. Time management gives you the structure, the lists, the deadlines, the blocks of time, which is great for knowing what to do. But procrastination is an emotional hurdle, so you can have the most beautiful calendar in the world and still find yourself staring at a wall. Actually, we're almost out of time on this call. We'll get cut off in about a minute, but you can always call me back whenever you want to keep this going. I'd love to hear more about those strategies that actually work for you.
So next question is, do you use a to-do list to stay organized?
I actually don't use a traditional to-do list myself. I tend to organize things more fluid as they happen, but I've seen how a good list can be a lifesaver for a lot of people. We really are almost out of time on this call, though, so let's save the rest for.
Next question is, does breaking tasks does breaking tasks into smaller steps help you?
Absolutely. The only way to stop a project from feeling like a mountain you can't even start climbing. When you break it down, a small step, which makes the whole thing feel doable. Do you find that whole hump of.
How do you motivate yourself to start difficult tasks?
I usually try to trick myself into just doing 5. I can just commit to 5 minutes. Actual thing is over, and I usually just keep going. Do you have a task that's feeling a bit daunting right now?
How can technology help reduce procrastination?
It can be a double-edged sword, honestly. Apps that block distracting sites or timers, like the Pomodoro technique, can be a huge help. But then you have the same phone that helps you focus and also has every distraction in the world on it. Do you usually use any apps to stay on track, or do you prefer a more low-tech approach?
How do you deal with a lack of motivation?
I try to remember that motivation is usually the result of action, not the cause of. I found that if I wait until I feel inspired to do something, I might be waiting forever. Sometimes the best move is to just start, even if it's a total slog and the motivation shows up once you're actually in the flow. Does that feel true for you? Or do you find you move?
How can students overcome procrastination?
I think the biggest thing for students is shifting the focus from the end goal. Immediate next step when a worth of work feels like one giant block. Realizing if they can just focus, I'm on 3 sentences. I'm gonna read social account, studying with a friend where you both need to put your phones in another room can be a game changer. Do you see your students struggling more with the actual starting or with staying focused once they've begun?
What advice would you give to someone struggling with procrastination?
First, I tell them to be a lot kinder to themselves. Procrastination usually isn't about being lazy. It's usually an emotional response to feeling overwhelmed or afraid of not doing a perfect job. Once you stop beating yourself up for avoiding.
Thank you everyone for joining this discussion and sharing your valuable thoughts and experience. We appreciate your time and contributions. Have a productive and successful day ahead. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.